Jai Jai Shankara Hara Hara Shankara. Marriages are made in heaven, goes the saying. Finding an ideal life partner is indeed a God's gift. Many are blessed to have got an ideal life partner, the ideal wife, the ideal husband. Many are less fortunate or in the process of being very fortunate to get an ideal life partner. Do you know that there is a Haman, Homa or Homam called Swayamvara Parvati Homam, which is a blessing in disguise for those who are wanting to get into a wedlock, for those who are having plenty of hurdles in getting into a wedlock, for those who have problems in relationships, for those who are already married and are in the process of separation, but if there is a scope for reconciliation, then this homam is a blessing in disguise. Yes, you got it right. There is a possibility that by performing Swayamvara Parvati Homam, persons, whether it is a boy or a girl, today finding the ideal life partner has become very challenging. Uh, Either the boy or the girl, they have all the qualifications in the world, they have all the desired appearance, desired beauty, right? Desired salary. They have worked their way out, but getting the other side, getting the other partner is a challenge. Either there is too much qualification or too lesser a qualification, either the status doesn't match, the economic status doesn't match, the income doesn't match. There are plenty of other things. And importantly, the planetary positions doesn't align. Okay? Now, by performing Swayamvara Parvati Homam, because out of the 12 planets, 12 these things in the in the person's horoscope, if there are certain planets which are malefic or deficient in nature, which doesn't work in your favor, okay, it is possible because not every house, that is how it is called. Not every house is in your favor. So what if some of the houses are not in your favor, and how you can make it favorable? By performing Swayamvara Parvati Homam, the deficient malefic planetary position becomes beneficial. I am not saying this, the Shastra says this. So you can trust it. Okay? So, by performing this homam, you get the ideal life partner. How the ideal life partner must be? See, somebody who is very understanding, who is very caring, who is very loving. Okay, what all things that is there in your heart that you so desire in your ideal partner. For a boy, the ideal girl. For a girl, the ideal boy. Okay? By doing this particular homam, all those malefic effects are nullified, and you are able to get the ideal life partner who is able to understand you better, who is able to give you all the desired love, all the desired warmth, all the desired joy, someone with whom you can create wonderful memories for life, someone who can be there for you, who can be there for you at your desired time, someone whose shoulders you can rest upon. See, it is all about understanding each other. It is about the trust. It is about hope. It is the faith, etc., etc. Understanding each other's cultures, your culture and the boy's culture, the girl's culture and the boy's culture, the family's culture must align completely. Only then it is an ideal marriage. By performing this homam, the couples would be in a better position to understand each other. For many, there are plenty of obstacles that comes in the way of getting married. By performing this homam, all those obstacles are removed. Okay? All those obstacles gets removed. And all those obstacles that comes in the way of marriage, be it like deficient planetary positions, be it lack of understanding between the families, etc., etc. I don't want to dwell deeper into it. So all those hurdles, obstacles are removed completely. And there are certain things which is in your control. There are certain things which are beyond your control. Okay, so what is in your control, you are able to deal with it. What is not in your control, like for example, I have seen in certain marriages where at the last moment there is either a cyclone or some natural calamity and so on. But that is again called as act of God. In God's grace, when you pray to God, what comes as something beyond your existing, the impact is completely reduced. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of miracles happening. Okay, where there was a cyclone on the day of marriage, all that is gone. The marriage went off very nicely, and then the next day the cyclone again starts. There are situations like this. So by performing Swayamvara Parvati Homa, all the hurdles in marriage gets removed completely. All the obstacles that comes in the way of getting married gets nullified completely. Today, understanding between the couples is a huge challenge. There are certain couples who say there is no compatibility. But in my view, living with the incompatible couple is what I call it as compatibility. You might be wondering why I'm saying this. There is nothing called as perfect marriage. There is always a scope for improvement. But as long as you are not taking it to the extreme levels. Today, people are taking certain things to the extreme levels. As a result, their relationship, their wedlock, everything gets into a spot of bother. Finally, they knock the red building and so on. So, even in the case of an estranged couple, by performing this homam, along with Narayani Pratyangara homam, okay, even the estranged couples, they can come together and a lot of things can happen. It's just that you need to be open and receptive for miracles. Because human mind is programmed to remember the negative things, and when there is a crisis, that is where the whole negative spiral takes over. The person would have done thousands of good things that doesn't come to the fore. Only the flaws, the deficiency in the other person comes out at the point of crisis. Okay, so by doing this, there'll be no. See, what is a true relationship? There has to be appreciation, there has to be respect, there has to be acceptance, there has to be a co-creativeness, okay, etc., etc. If this is not there in a relationship, that is where the boy or a girl tends to walk out. Otherwise, when there is complementing each other, when the boy and the girl are complementing each other, there is always a co-creativeness in the environment. As a result, it becomes a very successful marriage. Problem comes when the boy or the girl points at the flaws, points at the bringing out the bad person in each other. Nobody likes being pointed at their mistakes. Everyone wants to be appreciated. Everyone wants to be patted and being looking good in front of others. For themselves as well as for others, etc., etc. Nobody likes being being put into shame. So If there is lack of appreciation in a relationship, by performing this, the estranged couples can also come together. The misunderstandings between the couples are also nullified when you do the Swayambara Parvati Homam. Couples who are in today's world, live-in relationship is very common. Okay, generally, when the Shastras were written, I don't know whether there was a concept of live-in, so let me not dwell deeper into it. But generally, when there is a misunderstanding between the couples, by performing this, the misunderstandings are nullified. See, today, the boy and girl, they come together. They enjoy each other's comfort. One small this thing, they say, no, this is not working. They become hypersensitive and they separate. Even if you go and knock the red building, there again they are given a room to reconcile. Finally, nothing works, then they proceed with the separation. But if there is a possibility where both of them can come together, they also welcome it. By performing Swayambara Parvati Homam in collaboration with Narayani Pratyangara Homam, the estranged couples, there is plenty of possibilities for them to come together. Okay, so who this homam is suitable for? People who have malefic planetary positions in their horoscope. People whose wedding is getting delayed for some or the other reasons. People who have problems in relationships. People who are on the verge of divorce and wants to reconcile. Because there are multiple reasons for a couple separating today. Predominantly, it is caused by third party. They create a rift between the couples and they enjoy their life. The ultimate sufferers are the couples. So, by doing it, the couples can come together. Okay? People who are fighting bitter divorce in various courts, for them, this homam is a blessing in disguise. Coupled with Narayani Pratyangara Homam, it's a blessing in disguise. People who have malefic planetary positions in their horoscope. Okay? There again, this particular homam is a blessing in disguise for people who have problems in relationships, people who have problems in getting married, people who have already married and want to enhance their relationship, and various other things. So, if you or any of your friends or any of your family members are having problems in their relationships and want to get and want to patch up and come together, Swayambara Parvati Homam. If you are having a flexible budget, then you can also include Narayani Pratyangara Homam, where you can explore possibilities of coming together and so on. So, if anybody in your known circle is having this issue, I would appreciate if you could suggest them to do this. This Swayambara Parvati Homam, it could help a relationship come together. It could help a marital relationship which is on the verge of a split can come together. So, all the very best. Wishing you a happy married life. Guru Kataksham, Ambal Anugraham Paripurnam. Jai Jai Shankara Raksha.